trucks this entire week. My name's Kay Adams. We've got Nate Burleson, and we've got Peter Schrager with the Christian McCaffrey, Le'Veon Bell. That is 714 touches in the 2019 season. Behind you, my friend, and we have Kyle Brandt as well. Kyle, should be a really fun show. Lots to get to.
It always is, and there always will be, Kay. Peter, I actually like when you go with the lesser-known guys. I like the Ferkser jersey from this week. But, my friends, it's schedule week. It's finally here. Joe Burrow and Chase Young, the top 2 picks in the draft, are going to play each other in the schedule. We know that. We don't know where or when, but we know they will. What is the matchup you want to see? What is your team playing your rival team? The schedule is coming. We can almost smell it. Now, next question for you, the viewer. Who's going to be the breakout star? Who's going to be the one who blows us away as a rook out of the draft? We are playing a game called Take It to the Blank. Nobody has better wordplay than Good Morning Football. We will talk about the breakout star of this year. And we have some business to attend to here on Good Morning Football. What is the world's most powerful trophy? Is it the Lombardi? Is it the World Cup? Is it Melania? Or is it right there over my right shoulder? We spoke yesterday about what in the hell is that trophy. Bets were placed. Tweets were assembled. Today we will reveal the mystery trophy at the fireside table. Everybody, it's going to be a hell of a show.
I'm so excited. I haven't seen any of the guesses yet from our fans. You can keep the guesses coming until we do reveal what is on that trophy at GMFB. For that, let's get to it, guys. Time for Lead Block.
Let's go, Lead Block. Lead Block.
Okay, so we had Sean McDermott. Thanks, Nate. We had Sean McDermott on our airwaves. Take that, Russo. We had him on before you did. He was on Mad Dog Radio talking about his guy, Josh Allen. And here's what he had to say about him going into year 3. Quote, we're really looking for Josh to round out his game. Most times, how the quarterback goes is how the team goes. Seems kind of standard. I got to ask you, though, Schrags, we'll start with you. Is McDermott right? How much of Buffalo's success is going to be on Josh Allen's shoulders here in year 3?
Yeah, time and time again, we go into a season and we say defense wins championships, but we're looking at the quarterback hoisting a Lombardi trophy, and it's usually the hottest player in football. It was Patrick Mahomes last year. It was Nick Foles a few years before that. And in this case, I think Josh Allen does have a lot of responsibility on his shoulders, and I believe they believe in him. I could tell you last year, I went into the season saying, okay, year 2, here we go. Big arm, can run, but can he make the big pass? They go in to Dallas on Thanksgiving and win a huge game. They play in this game in Pittsburgh on a Sunday night with the music blasting, Styx's Renegade, and he throws key passes. Even in the Patriots' loss on the Saturday night game, Allen played really well, hitting John Brown for this long touchdown, making the pass to Deion Dawkins in the end zone. In the big games, Josh Allen showed up in the regular season. And the playoffs happened. They've got a 16-point lead, and everything looks to be going swimmingly. And it felt like there was a circuit breaking in his functions. Like all of a sudden, he couldn't make an accurate pass. He's throwing strange laterals and late in the game. I think a lot relies on Josh Allen. I know he has charisma in that locker room. I know that they love him. But this team will go as far as their quarterback will take them. And in the biggest of moments, he needs to now rise above. It's not enough just to get to those games.
You're right about that, Schrags. There definitely was a circuit breaker. You know, you sitting there, you're looking at Josh, you're like, get it together, because this is playoff time. What I do love about Josh Allen, though, is you've seen growth over his career. He first came in, just like you said, he was athletic. He was trying to make every play with his legs. He wouldn't run out of bounds. He was hurdling people, getting up and falling down. And after a while, we just said, hey, Josh, please, just chill out, relax. You want to take care of your body. We don't want to see what happened with Carson Wentz early on in his career. The same thing happened with Josh Allen as he starts to make too many plays. But what I do like about this new upcoming team is that now you've added pieces. And this is not just about Josh Allen managing his own body, managing the offense, protecting the ball. This is also about managing personalities. As you add superstars, you also add guys that want the ball. Stephon Diggs is one of my favorite players. He is my son's favorite player.
Talk about it.
But what we saw last year was there were a couple of games where Stephon Diggs wanted the rock. And it didn't seem like it was a sympatical relationship. And then all of a sudden, he was shipped off to Buffalo. Now, Stephon Diggs is going to have to understand that, I can't go out each game expecting them to throw me the ball 10 to 12 times. There might be a game where Stephon Diggs has 50 yards and 5 catches, but they get the dub. So Josh Allen's growth isn't just going to be on the field, him throwing balls down towards the sideline and making plays in the end zone. His growth is going to be, how do I be a leader and manage these personalities? Because the best quarterbacks do that. Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. The list goes on of guys that can look at their team, assess what it means to be a leader, and then from there move forward.
It's pretty exciting to see Stephon Diggs in old sleepy Buffalo, isn't it? A receiver that good, that exciting in the offseason. You don't see that a lot from them. You do this year. Here's what we're going to see from Josh Allen. This is why we like him. I think his biggest asset is that he's completely fearless. Josh Allen came into this league not afraid of a damn thing, and we've seen it in the leaping the linebackers or against Dallas picking up the ball and diving forward. But the problem is it just gets a little out of control sometimes. I mean, he really is like the Johnny Knoxville of quarterbacks. Like, he'll do anything, and it doesn't always help the team. You want to talk to Josh, and it's like, dude, you don't always have to eat the ghost pepper. You don't have to do the cinnamon challenge. You don't have to run across the porta potties at the Preakness. Sometimes just sit around, play Uno, check it down. Be cool, my man, because I think we have seen with him big talent, big set on him, but also big mistakes, big game-killing mistakes that, like, guys, if we're sitting here in May, do we really think that Buffalo has it in him to not only win a playoff game, but to unseat one of the big dogs? Is Josh Allen going to beat the Chiefs? Is he going to beat Baltimore, one of them? Not unless he just learns to just dial it down a little bit, because I look at him now, and it's like there is a fine line between fearless and reckless, and he has to be on the right side of that line.
You're really growing up, Kyle Brandt. I gotta tell you, this is like a whole new you these past couple of years. First 2 years, you would have been right there with Josh Allen running across those porta potties. As long as he keeps developing, and I love, Nate, that you brought up Stephon Diggs. You look at those two important games that Schrager brought up, that Week 16 game to get into the wild card, to get into the playoffs against the Patriots. He had the ball in his hands at the end of the game. Then against the Texans, same thing. He missed some opportunities there. If he has Stephon Diggs, who seems to shine in those kind of moments, maybe it'll make things different for these Buffalo Bills. Let's leave Western New York here for a moment, guys, and talk about the rest of the league. What team's 2020 success hinges on their quarterback the most? And let's start with, who should we start with? Kyle.
I think we should start, Adams, with the Chicago Bears. Can someone drive this car? That's all I want to know. Learner's permit, driver's license, whatever, because this is a nice car, and this car got much nicer in the offseason. Just a quick state of the nation. The Bears brought in Robert Quinn to be outside of Khalil Mack, and the other side of it. That's going to make a difference. They drafted the sexy tight end, Cole Kmet. They even just recently brought in and signed Ted Ginn, who is going to be a trick play, gadget thing, and return man. There's so many fun things going on with the Bears and a defense that was already good. They could be 12-4, or they could be 6-10, because they need someone who knows how to turn over the engine and drive it. All I need from the Bears quarterback, be it Foles or Trubisky, can you give me 22 touchdowns? Geez, I almost jinxed them. And 9 interceptions. 22-9. I don't need Mahomian numbers. I don't need Drew Brees. Just 22-9, and they can win the division. But if they don't get that, I don't care how good their defense is. They got Bubkiss.
I'm going to go with another team that has a strong defense and got a lot better this offseason in the Washington Redskins. And you look at Chase Young, and we can do flips about Chase Young all day long. There are a lot of teams in this league that have really talented defensive ends but do nothing in the playoffs because they don't have a quarterback who can lead them. The Washington Redskins, it's all about Dwayne Haskins. And I thought maybe this guy could make a giant leap here, too, because of the physical gifts and the fact he did show signs late in last season. Against the Giants, he played well. Against the Lions, he showed grittiness in a close 19-16 win. But you're telling me this young quarterback who had moments of immaturity, who wasn't put into the lineup right away because maybe he wasn't ready to run the offense last year, has to learn a new offense this offseason. Scott Turner's has to learn about a new head coach in Ron Rivera, and has to get to know some new weapons they picked up in the draft, all while doing it via virtual reality. That, to me, is a big, big, steep kill. And if you say, well, what about Kyler? What about Daniel Jones? It's different. Those guys took the reins and kind of ran with it. There were some hiccups with Dwayne Haskins. And I'll throw another wrinkle into this. They had the number 2 overall pick. They wanted Chase Young so badly. They felt so confident in Dwayne Haskins. They didn't consider Tua. They didn't consider Herbert. If those two guys go on to have fantastic rookie seasons or even fantastic careers, and Haskins isn't the guy, that's going to hang over Washington for quite some time.
Yeah, you're right about that, Peter. I'm looking at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I know you're sitting at home saying, Nate, okay, Tom Brady, we get it. Of course, the success of the Buccaneers, they hinge on the show. Listen, I have to break it down in simplistic terms. When it comes to style of gameplay, we can look at Tom Brady versus Jameis Winston. Okay, we get it. Jameis Winston, he threw those 30 interceptions. Over the last few years, Tom Brady threw 29 interceptions. So, I mean, there is a difference when it comes to gameplay. I think we're all sitting at home saying, Nate, we appreciate this graphic right here, but I could have guessed that. But I'll tell you something that Tom Brady led in last